Hey there, we are going to go live and start the discussion in a few minutes to talk about the registration process for the Miss Curly Self-Esteem pageant. Registration is still open right now and has been extended until October 2nd. Currently, we have 5 different states represented, which is really exciting for the first year. And so through this process, you'll be able to learn more about the registration steps and the options you have and the expectations for all the contestants. So stick around for 2 more minutes, and then we'll start the discussion. I'm going to be also live on Facebook and on YouTube, so it might look like I'm not looking at the screen. And I'm also on Instagram for those who are online on Facebook. So definitely stay tuned, come back in a couple minutes, and we'll start the conversation, learn a little bit about the history of the pageant, and dive into the registration process. Okay. In the meantime, feel free to download the Curls on the Block app, which is free, and it actually has the registration process and form right on the app. So you don't even have to go to the website, just download the app and you can okay. Please, internet, just keep working, just keep working, just keep working. Okay. Let's see. Facebook is almost there. Give a couple minutes into 6 o'clock. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. All right. Please give me a heart on Instagram if you can hear me, and then like the post if you can actually hear me on Facebook. Right. Please give me So I'm going to share my screen. So if you would like to see things that are shared on like some of the visuals that I have, definitely if you have Facebook, follow Curls on the Block on Facebook because I'll be sharing the screen there. On Instagram, I just want to make sure you could still get the same information. However, you can follow along with the process by adding a tab or going between the live and the registration form on curlsontheblock.com. And let me start the show. So, hello, everybody. My name's Annalise Harris. I am the founder of Curls on the Block and the creator of the Miss Curly Self-Esteem Pageant. And STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. My background is as an educator in the public school system, and currently I am an adjunct professor at the Community College of Denver in Colorado. So I'm really excited that this year I took the plunge or jump or leap of faith to really pursue the Miss Curly USA pageant. In the past, it has been it featured in Colorado. And you know what? One benefit of having access, virtual access, because of COVID, it's been forced. I definitely was able to actually expand in a way to offer registration for all states. So right now I have any registrant from Martin Luther King Jr. Early College who is interested in registering in Colorado. They have free registration. I also have in the state of Nebraska, if you are currently interested in was able to be was funded to support the Miss Curly pageant in Nebraska. We were supposed to have it in May, and COVID has required us to pivot and just go virtual. So again, if you're an individual who is attending MLK Early College, the middle school or high school, you have in Colorado, you have free registration. And also if you are if you're interested in being a contestant and you live in Nebraska, it is free to register actually. So it is all going to be virtual, and I'm really excited for the contestants to get the information on how this experience will be for them as contestants, as well as everyone who will be experiencing the pageant online as well, okay? For those of you who have just joined the informational session, I will be able to highlight and go through the registration process with you and give you some advice. We also have an opportunity prepared with Edgar Page, who has supported the Miss Curly pageant locally in Colorado, but now we're going to be expanding and offering virtual sessions for pageant prep. And so that is going to be, that information I will make sure to post, and really grateful for Edgar's support throughout this process in the past few years. Lawrence and Larimer has been a huge supporter in the past. It's also a Black-owned boutique shop here in Colorado. Additionally, we've had support from SistaBiz, and who has presented for our contestants to be able to be refined, and this year has supported with funding. So really grateful for the support that has continued to thrive during COVID, and just it's really exciting for me because it's helped me get out of the rut. There's been a lot of issues this year in general with COVID, but also with the political climate and the social justice issues coming to a forefront in our conversations. We've also seen an investment in Black women's organizations as an opportunity to make amends, I suppose is a good word, or reparations for people to make, you know, directly supporting Black-owned companies and Black female-owned companies. So I do appreciate everyone who has donated in the past, especially this year in lieu of all of the efforts. I definitely appreciate the highlights we've had this year to really spread what Curls on the Block does. If you don't know what Curls on the Block does, it's an enrichment program and curriculum I created a few years ago now. Actually, 2016, I created an after-school experience that has managed but do it in a way to raise funding in a different way than giving you dinner. So instead of a dinner, gala, or luncheon, Curls on the Block's annual fundraiser to increase revenue and to obtain ambassadors is the pageant. And so this is also an opportunity in for us to just spread our curly goodness, okay? And so representation is definitely necessary and is embedded into the mission of Curls on the Block, which is to attract girls of all curls and colors to embrace, explore, and empower our natural selves. So that is the mission of Curls on the Block, and we do that by adding opportunities for girls to see themselves and connect beauty to STEAM. So what do girls 6 through 16 really care about? It is beauty, and it's really interpreted as how they appear to their friends and to the world around them. How are they navigating? And it's all about how they show up in the world, right? And so essentially that's beauty standards, right? So how do I know that my friends like me? Oh, I get compliments on XYZ. So Curls on the Block curriculum has definitely guided the sessions for the pageant, and I'm excited to show you the registration form. So I'm going to highlight and share my screen in a second. All right, so this should be showing for you if right now. I'm on Curls on the Block's main page, and I'll just scroll down. These cuties are definitely exciting to look at and just have the energy and have embraced their hair. There's carefree Black girls, and I love it. We have on Sunday our live STEAM with Curls on the Block. So in Nebraska and a few folks out here in Colorado have already received their curly activity kits. And so again, I'm just scrolling through. The Miss Curly pageant is going to be during the virtual Curly weekend. It will actually be the feature event on Sunday, October 18th, but it is also like the accumulating event of the whole weekend experience. So really excited for the contestants to be able to be featured and to highlight these curl friends. Feel free to click those links on the website. There's also, this is just the home page. And so now I'll get you to the middle and of the tabs. It's the Miss Curly Self-Esteem pageant. Go ahead and I'll just take you to about the pageant to take you step by step and really hear from me about where the pageant came from, okay, and how I got this idea. So I've done pageants as a youth and am still reigning Miss Lion, which is my elementary school. This is about 26-year reign, okay? And then I also have competed in other local state and city and state pageants and from my home state of Illinois. So always a good time. I definitely have been able to appreciate my experiences as a pageant contestant. And I know some folks, especially with the controversial comments about different shows like Cuties or, you know, Divas and Dolls or the Toddlers and Tiaras, you know, those experiences exist, and you know, watch Cuties if you want to, whatever. But I can guarantee that the pageant industry allows girls and guys who actually participate an opportunity to work on their public speaking skills. And I mentioned prior that I am an adjunct professor, and my course that I typically teach is not required, but it should be, but it teaches basic skills. And I tell students, most people are scared of public speaking. In fact, in college, that's a class you have to take. So they know you have to learn how to communicate with others in a way that is not only appropriate, but also engaging. So I believe a pageant experience is really a great opportunity to work with your child and help them build confidence in speaking in front of others. So they can relay their messages in a way that are understood and captivating, right? And then you might as well win a title while you're doing it. As I believe. And so that is why I definitely encourage pageant participation. But the Miss Curly Self-Esteem pageant has a different twist on things. I don't know if you're familiar with the pageant industry. It has changed over the past few years, and there's some pageant companies that have removed the swimsuit portion. And so I would definitely like to highlight the different segments and now the goals for the Miss Curly Self-Esteem pageant. It's one, to provide an opportunity to recognize and appreciate the beauty of culture, kinks, curls, and frizz, right? I love frizz, and I know a lot of people don't, but frizz can be your friend. So I am always encouraging girls to embrace whatever's growing and also make sure it's the healthiest it can be. And that does start internally, but externally, we definitely work on how your mane can look its best, and not in comparison to others, but for you. The other goal is to create a platform for innovative ideas to get exposure. In the past, it was just a free-for-all, and now I have really helped streamline contestants' ideas to include 3 options, whether it is an idea, product, or service. I've really streamlined it to be related to a So this is where the last goal is to increase engagement in technology, science, engineering, and other career fields where women are underrepresented. And a lot of websites have posted this information, including Girls Who Code. And the interest, girls' interest declines more than 33%. Their interest in science goes down by 33% by the time they hit age 13. And so that started at 66%, and then now you're down below 30%. And then by college, you're less than 10%. And for women of color and Black women, it is even less. So we definitely have a huge gap to address. What is going on between an 8-year-old, and I'm sure parents can understand this, what happens to your 8-year-old and then goes into the tweens, teens, and all the rest? You know what? Opportunities to express themselves are vital, and the pageant is definitely one of those spaces, I believe, that can help your daughter really learn to harness that energy that magically appears and may taint your relationship. But this could be an opportunity for you to build that relationship with your child. So let's go on and look at the pageant segments. I'm going to also see if you have any comments. Definitely feel free to type them in on Facebook or even Instagram. Appreciation, healthy and active lifestyles, and the STEAM connection. Cultural appreciation is the segment where contestants are able to don or put on their traditional or cultural garments that are holding value for them. And so this is a chance, I believe, to really recognize, who are you? Right? Young girls are trying to figure out, and women, everyone is trying to figure out who they are in relation to the world and what are their values, and an opportunity to really highlight what their culture is has been really healing. So past contestants have varied from wearing a traditional garb where they are able to highlight a little known fact where maybe they have an ancestor or relative who comes from a country that maybe no one would guess they're from. And so their lineage, is able to be appreciated and identified in that moment. We also have girls who've literally just put on their favorite hoodie for their favorite sports team. That's okay too. So as long as you feel comfortable about what culture means to you, that's what we want to highlight. This is a time to appreciate culture, not appropriate. So we've had individuals who do not identify as a girl of color or from, an ethnic minority stance. However, that contestant was able to highlight their Danish roots. And that's what we really want to be pushing, which is an opportunity for everyone to really acknowledge where they came from. We've really been forced into a type of assimilation where everyone's cultural background doesn't get to be highlighted, and nor is part of the conversation. And so cultural appreciation is really exciting for me to watch, and how folks interpret it, and then how the girls and contestants and living in Colorado is important, right? And even in Illinois, where I'm from, I used to go to the lake, bike, walk, jump rope, all of those things to stay healthy, but also just stay active. And if we're going to compare this pageant to another pageant system, this would be the replacement of a swimsuit portion. Now, if you want to rock a swimsuit, go ahead, absolutely do that. And be free, okay? So it's not to limit your options, it's to expand them. And so perhaps you don't want to wear a swimsuit and you actually are a black belt in a martial arts sector. You can absolutely highlight your healthy and active lifestyle of that black belt status, a green belt, yellow belt, whatever level you are. Maybe you play volleyball. Maybe you like basketball. Maybe you skate or do yoga. Those are all options of opportunities to highlight your healthy and active lifestyle. Shout out to Fit and New, who has been a sponsor in the past years, being the healthy and active lifestyle segment sponsor. And our partnerships throughout the year have been amazing, and opportunities for the queens to participate and encourage other girls to stay active. We also have worked with Smart Fit Girls and have held fundraisers. Queendom, as I say. So we also have done the Center for African American Health 5K, and the queens were uh, running, jogging, and walking together in their Glamarina outfits. So Glamarina is a active wear brand that is Black female owned and run in Baltimore, Maryland. So a lot of support, opportunities to be ambassadors, and just rock and support Black female owned products and companies. The STEAM connection is literally what I hope to see expand even in greater depth, because the contestants in the past have had amazing ideas. They've had opportunities to get 3D renderings of their whatever prototype they created. They've had opportunities to talk to app developers, and in fact, a lot of the contestants so far have a number of really creative app ideas. And so if you think about it, everyone's on their phone, especially during COVID. We have had to be confined in our homes, trying to stay safe and combat loneliness or isolation, and also boredom, right? So the phones and apps the access on using the internet has been vital, and we definitely want to continue to see the Black for the STEAM connection that you need to make, okay? Talent portion has been optional because some folks are not necessarily comfortable sharing some of their talents, or maybe they don't have one developed enough to feel like they want to promote it, and that's fine. But there's also an opportunity to get more exposure and get in people's faces, really, and garner support if you do consider offering a talent. Now, your talent could be you're a great public speaker and you want to share a monologue. Maybe you're interested in acting. Maybe you're a great dancer. You can absolutely get a video done and submit that for the talent portion. Especially virtual now, you can retake and show your best work, right? You send that YouTube link. That's fine. So I'm really excited to see if there's more contestants willing to participate in the talent segment, but it's also optional. I also have pretty high standards. I want folks to gain confidence, but also put their best work forward. So if you are not sure about your singing abilities and don't want to be critiqued, I am not forcing you to do that at all, okay? Your girl cannot sing. I can just talk a lot, okay? So now I'm gonna scroll down and talk about the pageant title options. We actually have a tiny Miss Curly, which actually, I need to update this, so I apologize. But if you do have a tiny Miss Curly on the registration form, the correct age ranges are listed. We have a People's Choice, which is an option where an opportunity for someone who maybe didn't win a title to win that. Even if you did win a title, you could also win People's Choice. The People's Choice will be chosen actually by the individual and contestant overall who raises the most money for Curls on the Block as a fundraiser. So it's a really great opportunity to convince folks to invest in Curls on the Block and support you the platform to raise the funds. In the past, there were these different pageant awards. So you get to be a reign for a year, join the queendom. It's the Curly Queendom, my friends. This is it, right? That's the whole point. Join the Curly Queendom. Thank you for the comment. And so you reigning for a year, and then you have an opportunity to participate in a hair festival. In the past 3 years, including this year, the queens have had access and gotten all the goodies from one of my favorite events to take the queens to, which is Curl Fest. We've gone to New York, we've gone to Atlanta, and we've gone online. So we are Curl Fest supporters 100%. Really enjoyed the environment, and with it being a national pageant this year, we'll see how 2021 rolls out in the future, but it'll be amazing to see different states represented and attending the Curl Fest. And there might be other hair festivals as options if you're unable to attend. So it's a really cool opportunity. Most of the queens have been able to attend. Otherwise, we figure something else out. Being a brand ambassador, like I mentioned, some of our partners, they have used the Miss Curly Queens as ambassadors. So they got free gear. They got to October 3rd will be the launch date for that, and you'll be able to stay tuned and find out who's sponsoring the pageant and supporting it in different ways. Photo shoot has been hard because of COVID this year. However, in the past, the photo shoots have been really exciting and allowed for the queens to get more exposure and have some high quality photos taken of them. And it's called share, right? Share that photo. Cash prize, so you get that after you have attended, and there are some obligations as a queen. You have to participate in at least 4 different activities that are pre-scheduled in advance. Well, that's what pre means. They're scheduled in advance that support the community. Otherwise, if you're not sure where to go, you can actually do you can do live sessions now with the Curls on the Block curriculum with the live steaming. So there'll be opportunities for you to build the Curls on the Block brand out, but also be compensated as well. So let's get to the registration. Okay, so as this loads, my screen is acting up here. I'm going to stop sharing now and share a different screen. Okay. Alrighty. Give me 1 second to get this done. So let's see. Now let's get to the registration form. And so we will go back here, and it says register for Miss Curly Self-Esteem Pageant 2021. Okay. And Amanda is an amazing role model who has played a number of characters wearing and rocking her natural hair. She also spoke out against cultural appropriation in one of her high school assignments. Is an actress and has played Rue from Hunger Games, and she also is really well known for a couple of other movies, but most people have read The Hate You Give, and so really amazing work done to support the curly movement, but also the social donations from anyone supporting our contestants. And remember, contestants are able to raise funds through Facebook to win the People's Choice Award, okay? And I believe you can see this. Yep, okay, you can see the registration. I think that I'm gonna try and make this a little bigger. All right, there you go. So now you'll just be listening to me, so I can't see all my expressions if you're on Facebook Live. But how to register. It's embedded right on the computer, on the screen here. It's not another tab. Just go to register for the Miss Curly pageant, and you'll put your first name, last name. And here's where the breakdown is. You have Tiny Miss Curly, ages 3 to 5, Little Miss Curly, 6 to 9, Junior Miss Curly, 10 to 12, Teen Miss Curly, 13 to 17, Miss Curly, 18 to 25, and where even I would fall as mature Miss Curly. So please don't be hesitant to apply or register if you are 26 and above, because we definitely want to continue on and represent our curly goodness and and build a curly queendom. This is all it's about, building a curly queendom and making sure that every age range feels empowered. And just as an FYI, the Crown Act has passed the House of Representatives, and so that means nationwide we're really pushing for creating a respectful. Oh man, I should know this by heart. Sorry, it's create a respectful and open workplace for natural hair. I apologize, I just blanked on that, sorry. But I've done some work supporting that. You have Leslie Harrod out here in Colorado who has really pushed it, and we've passed in Colorado, and there's a lot of movement even in Nebraska. But this House of Representatives Act passing means that we won't have to wait on some of those, what I'll say, limited states who did not pass the Crown Act through their state level and are maybe preparing for another submission for next year, but we'll see where it goes. And we definitely want to continue to support everyone who has been working diligently to pass the Crown Act. If you are under 18, I need your parents' info, okay? So, you know, that's just part of the game. We have to have someone who is going to be however, stay young. Okay. I need the mailing address so you could receive your t-shirt, the Ms. Curly t-shirt, and also when you are identified as a queen, and you'll get your sash sent to you. Social media handles are really great. So that way, when all the contestants are posted, people can also start following you, right? It'll help with exposure and build connections for you and different opportunities. Definitely identify which states you're in. Now here, I want you to upload a current photo. Some folks have already submitted selfies, which is fine, but you want to make sure it's a photo that you're comfortable being shared all over, okay? Because it will be shared. We're going to have some billboards in different states. We have some opportunities to be highlighted on different podcasts. So you want to make sure that your picture and photo uploaded is one that you're proud of, okay? And shows you in your best features, okay? Highlights your best features. And can you join? Absolutely. Thank you, Jessica. Such an uplifting event. Jessica, actually, Miss Springs was one of our 28. She was our 2018 hostess. Amazing job done. Just very. We had special guests speaking and all of that as well. Yes, you can absolutely join. You would be in the mature Miss Curly if you're over 26, okay? So yes, come on, girlfriend, we need you. Represent, okay? And I had another question I want to highlight. And I know Instagram is not being my friend right now, so I apologize, but this video will be posted later. There is a fee. It is $50 up front, or you can fundraise it on Facebook. So once you we'll go finish the registration, and I'll show you your options, and I'll be following up with contestants on their next steps. So we already have some contestants who have submitted the registration, and I'm having a checklist prepared so they know what's missing, and then they'll be ready for a complete launch and support the pageant and their opportunity to raise funds and win People's Choice. So right now it's $50. If you want to submit that immediately, you can. If not, you can fundraise on Facebook, or just wait until you'll have until, I think it'll be the second week of October, to completely pay your final fee. And otherwise, as a contestant, you'll be able to talk to me as well. Okay, great question. And let me continue on with the application. So previously I mentioned the STEAM connection. It's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And I just wanted to create a space for folks to just streamline their ideation and their problem solving. What idea, product, or service address depending on the height of them will not fold under those caps, right? So you really have to have an opportunity to, the curl cap brings an opportunity to rock your curls and big pineapple puffs, right? We also have seen those protector umbrellas where we can cover our do's and mains, and those are great ideas. So what's yours? Now, I wanted to streamline it so it can help you stay in STEAM a little bit more specifically. So if you create an app, again, you don't have to do each one of these, but if you have an idea, feel free to put it for the app challenge. If you have one for all of them, that's fine too. But for the app challenge, what kind of app would you create to address the needs of the curly community? Already, contestants have have really great ideas, and so they'll be able to, if they win, get a chance to talk to an app developer. So definitely highlight what you want to pursue, and Curls on the Block is here to help launch that, and in the future be able to actually provide funding for that. So that's the big dream. This, in my opinion, would be the equivalent of a curly science fair. So it is also where the interview portion is as well. So I've combined my favorite parts of pageantry, favorite parts of STEAM and education, and fuse them together to be relevant to our curl friends. So what kind of app would you make? And a lot of folks had, like I said, great ideas. The design challenge. This is connecting to engineering as well as science and math. And the design challenge, I want you to connect it to your own personal experience. How would you design, build, or draw your ideal beauty salon, or perseverance, innovation, and the youth take up and fill a need in the curly community in their area. So this is your chance to use different platforms to, you could even draw it on paper, but you would have to upload it. So take a photo and upload your outline of and dimensions for a beauty supply store, okay? Um, so then you would just need to describe it. So like give it a title, a name, catchy thing, okay? Then the next option is the product challenge. So here is where you do not have to do all of them, don't forget. But if you have all of them, great. But for the pageant, curl friends, I only need one, okay? You see, I can talk. I know you can talk. So I just need one. And you'll get 90 seconds to pitch your idea. So it could be the design, it could be the app, or now the product challenge. And I know a lot of our curl friends have started making their own products at home. They have learned what products, natural ingredients can enhance their curl maintenance and also internal health. So you can also come up with a clothing brand, a beauty brand, whatever it is. Definitely be able to speak to how it connects to STEAM though, okay? So definitely don't forget that it all needs to connect to STEAM. Now, this is where the rest of the questions are connected to the other segments, the healthy and active lifestyles. So imagine in the pageant process, they'll say, and now, contestant number 2. How are you really taking, and how would you like to build your habits for a healthy and active lifestyle, okay? The last one is just your explanation of how do you celebrate your identity and culture. Again, that's going to connect to cultural appreciation. And so it should match up with how you identify and what you would like to bring forth and bring to light for others to appreciate. Again, we're appreciating, not appropriating. So appreciate what you are. And we know, unfortunately, we have folks masquerading as ethnicities that they did not come from. And that is very detrimental for folks who actually haven't felt the courage to actually do what they're doing. And so this, again, cultural appreciation is letting you celebrate your identity and culture. And perhaps if those other ladies who pretended to be Black or mixed or Afro-Latina, you know, maybe if they had felt an opportunity to really celebrate who they were, they may have felt differently and wouldn't have put on the mask of the Black community, which really is unfortunate and very frustrating. So again, the Miss Curly Self-Esteem pageant is fusing all of these different elements. I definitely want to know, who is in your hair inspiration? Who do you follow on social media? Or is your favorite influencer? Shout out to Mahogany Curls. Jessica Lewis is amazing. Really grateful to have met her and participated in Juneteenth panels with her, highlighting her work and letting her, her share her advice in this very semi-arid climate out here in Colorado. I've met a ton of other hair influencers. Davina Bennett, oh my gosh, she was Miss Jamaica, and she went on. I wish I could meet the We also have seen Miss America this year. She's also rocking her natural do as well. If you identify your curl pattern, that's just so you can start learning more about yourself. If you need some reference, naturallycurly.com offers you some visuals to compare. And in short, I definitely want you to highlight for us in a short video why you should be Miss Curly for whatever state you're representing. Sorry. Then I want to make sure you list words that you would use to describe your hair. Now, this is a really good chance to do some reflection as well. And I include that because it'll be used, you know, to say, oh, and Harriet loves her kinks and coils. So it's just part of me getting information ahead of time that I'm telling you, I learned the hard way. Just put it up front and have all the information then. And if you don't really know some of the answers now and you just want to register, you can do that. And so again, I'll have a checklist for anyone who's registered for them to complete certain pieces before the pageant day, which is October 18th, and will be live at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, okay? And will you want to participate in talent portion? Just say yes, no, or not applicable. That's fine. If you really do want to highlight your talent, you'll be able to have a link added under your photo on our website. Let us know your favorite hair products. And tell me 3 reasons why you love your hair. I know this registration seems long. However, again, to reflect, what is the most frustrating aspect about your hair? I don't leave that much space for that response because I don't really want to hear all of that, right? You can share it, but we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on why you love it and what you would bring to the curly queen, okay? And all the curly girls need to have goals. And as an educator, I mentioned I've taught classes. You should have some goals for yourself, and I want you to share them with us. Tell me your shirt size, pant size, if you, and then bra size is so when I am able to get brand ambassadors, brand opportunities, they'll have all that information up front as well. And so if it says 100, I need to fix that. Again, it's only $50 this year, but if you raise money, definitely the expectation will be 150 bucks on social media. You have 150 friends. They can give you $1. I'm telling you, it's possible. Press submit, and then I get this beautiful email, and I will respond saying, thank you, girlfriend, and look forward to following up with you in the future, okay? And so again, you can join at whatever age range you are, and then, yeah. This is about it, and I can take some more questions. Otherwise, I'm going to keep this up and do it again tomorrow, okay? And again, if you want to register now, go to curlsontheblog.com. I'm going to post it on the Facebook page. And you so that could be considered a donation to Curls on the Block. So as a 501c3, we are tax exempt, and you can get a tax write-off so as well. So let's see. The last thing I'd like to promote would be downloading the Curls on the Block app. So this year, I'm really excited for it to be national and engaging nationally. So it's not just going to be this only screen. You'll have an opportunity to meet a bunch of folks and listen to interviews and panel discussions. However, you'll also be able to engage in virtual escape rooms, kid approved, adult approved, all have had a wonderful time. And I'm creating some new experiences with the Black Girl Museum, which was highlighted here in Colorado, as well as some other opportunities to share with you our virtual escape room, the Curls on the Block virtual escape room. So not only that, we'll have a paint and sip, and that does cost, and you have to order your ticket a week in advance so you can get the materials sent in time to be able to log in and draw your curly featured painting. We also have other paid experiences, so you can sign up for free and register right now. You can literally go to Eventbrite or curlsontheblock.com. You can go, the links are there, and you can register for free for now. Or you can get your tickets for the Block gear as well. So you'll be able to download the app and earn curly cash. You can start doing that now, and it's under the Curly Cash, and it's the Curly Challenges. Those are up now. Earn some points, earn some Curly Cash. But there's going to be a virtual scavenger hunt for all of the sponsors and folks who are already highlighted on the app. They will have a QR code for you to scan, and then you'll be able to earn points taking a virtual adventure. So again, this has been a really amazing opportunity to take advantage of the limitations because of COVID, and I'm excited to continue to be innovative and pivot. I know that word is big this year, but honestly, we really have had to change how things were and the expectations. So with that, I am going to say stay curly and register. You have until October 2nd. Tell a curl friend, share the video. Hope to see you in October. Stay curly.